Hello everybody, welcome. Here we got some things going on today. I done went ahead and tore some stuff down, so y'all didn't have to watch me tear it down. Fixing to pull the cylinder off of this saw and we're gonna get to looking at it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some things where we can. I gotta go make a couple of test cuts with a few saws. But I don't know if we're going to make that today or not. We're going to try to get into this big one right here. I think y'all are going to enjoy this. This Quentin saw. It looks like it got a little stuff on the camera lens. I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna wipe that lens off again because I smeared it apparently instead of getting it clean. So give me just a second. There we go. Now it don't look as smudgy. 91% isopropyl alcohol. Does better for cleaning lenses than some of that other cleaner does. All right. I know. You're like, Hopper, what have we got here? Well, this is a $3.95. It's Quentin sent it to get some machine work and stuff done on it. I'm looking at it. I got the muffler and everything off of it, and it appears this saw has already been ported on. He said he put a new Wisco piston in, I think, so we're going to pull it off and we're going to see what we got, take the ring off, and then we'll get some timing numbers, find out what it is. You know what? One thing I should do before I get too crazy, let's see what the squish is. I got two of the bolts out, but two will hold it down. Let's see what the squish is right quick. Well, I said two would hold it down. I felt it lift up, so I ain't gonna lie to you and say, well, it didn't do that, because it did. Let's see what we got here right quick so we have an idea. I could have done this afterwards, but right now it's about good as any. That looks like we're in the 40s. We'll check it again. Most of the time these saws are usually around 50, so for it to be in the 40s would not be anything out of the ordinary. Drop that. I was working on this one yesterday, and then Mama called me and I had to go and pick up Boo. Things just didn't go as planned after that, but I did get one saw done yesterday, but I was not filming it because I was just trying to get some things done. So, and I've got another one to do just like it, so I figured there wasn't no reason for me to film both of them because y'all have seen several of them. Oh yeah, it's definitely ported. Quentin, this saw's already been ported, buddy. And the squish is still awful big on it. So I could lower the squish and do a little bit of grinding on it, but it's already got support work on it. One thing for sure, the intake needs to be chamfered a little more. Oh yeah, the intakes needs chamfering real bad. There's some scratches on that new piston. And the squish is around 40-some thousandths. But it's already got support work on it. I don't know if they just done light porting or what, but it's there. Might have to call Quentin right quick, y'all. Ask him about this and see what he's wanting me to do. I do not see a gasket. I don't see a gasket, so it's even with no gasket, it's got 40-some thousandths of clearance. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to clean some of this red silicone off of here to see if there's a gasket under there. I don't think there is. There does not appear to be a gasket under there. Well, give me just a minute. Let me clean this off here. All right. Pulled the cylinder off, took the ring off, cleaned what carbon was in the top of the cylinder out. I got a feeling the gap might be even wider now because there was some carbon in there. I don't know. We'll just see. Getting 30. 36 is about the smallest I can find, depending on where I measure. Most of it's 40. It's getting bigger for sure. So it does need a little bit of, it needs a little bit off of it. Let's find out what the timing numbers are, and then we'll figure it out after that. Come here, degree wheel. I already pulled the clutch and everything off of it, so y'all wouldn't have to see all of that. I done that yesterday. Let's stick something. We're going to put something under there because it's got a little bit of rock to it. Zero. 146.8. 146.8 divided by 2. 73.4. Let's get back over here. 73. Come on now. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got. Right about there. 75. Almost right on the dot. $102.2. $118. Yeah. 120. Yeah, somewhere up around 118. Yeah, 118, 120. Somewhere right in there, a few degrees, depending on which one you look at. Okay. So we need to come down with the cylinder a little bit to make a little more compression. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of him right quick and ask him. Because we talked about doing some machine work, so I'm not exactly sure what all he wants to do, but oh, this thing does have a new Wiseco piston in it. Let me show y'all that right quick. These pistons are pretty. They're nice. There's what a nice new Wiseco piston looks like. They're sweet looking pistons. There's a lot of meat on the top of it. Alright. I'll put it back on 0. Turn it off. Alright. Well, one thing about it, whatever he wants me to do, there's not a whole lot to do because the port work's already pretty nice. I don't know who did it, but I mean, it looks good. They got the uppers and everything, and it looks great. They did a good job. Whoever poured this done a real nice job on it. All right, let me get a hold of him, see what we're gonna do. All right, I talked to Quentin. He's the one, he does the port work on it, and he just wanted me to check the port work out and to set the squish on it. So I tell him he's got a little bit of sharpness in here on the ports. It needs to be, you know, chamfered a little bit more. So we're going to do that, and we're going to deck the bottom of the cylinder to move it down to set the squish around 21 thousandths. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and deck it, and then we're going to put it back together. As you can hear, I got some stuff running around in the background. And there's an air filter off of something. Y'all can't see that yet because, well, I'm working on it, so you can't see it yet. But it's a surprise. And I think some of y'all are gonna like it. Some of y'all probably ain't, some of you are. So, yeah, I might be working on it here in just a little bit. As soon as I cut this cylinder and stuff. Well, I need to put this saw back together, but I may not get it put back together today. I may not. It depends. I might put it back together later this evening. All right. Now, as always, there's no telling how much of this y'all might actually be able to see and how much you want. But we're gonna see if we can get it in here and where y'all can actually see it. For those of y'all that don't know how we do this, that's a mandrel to turn to fit the bore. You want it as tight as you can possibly get it. Then depending on who you are and what you have, I made this bullnose float, a bullnose live center, whatever you want to call it. I made this. This is a Mercedes-Benz idler pulley bearing and a shank, and I made it. That's all I can say. I needed it one day, so I made it. We're gonna go in here, see if we can right there. Here. Come back in touch. We're going to go forward about 10. Because I don't have to take much off of this cylinder to get it where it needs to be. I don't think y'all can even see that. That's enough junk in the way. I know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get it where you can see it, and it's just a... I gotta watch these numbers too, because if I'm not careful, I crash. We got about 250 thousandths. Where we're going there. I'll run it back out. We're gonna go on up. This will be, I can make this one in 2 cuts. And wherever this turns out is where we're gonna be, unless it's too tight. We should be right around 20 to 22 thousandths, depending on how the DRO works out. Come on. I got so much junk piled up over here. Again, it makes it so hard for me to get the camera in here. I've been rushing around trying to get things done. And there's just so much to do and not enough time to do it in. Just go in there and take a little off to make it, put a little radius up in there. That's looking good. That ought to be what the doctor ordered. All right, let's put it back together. All right, we got it decked. I reached in there with the little ball and just chamfered the ports a little bit because they were just a little bit sharp. That's what I told him. I said I'll reach in there and take care of it. And we're gonna check the squish right quick just to make sure it ain't too far out of whack. Want to make sure. Sometimes I know where it's going to wind up, so I just put it back together. On these big ones, sometimes there ain't no telling, you could get it here or there. It should be pretty close, so we're going to check it and see. Looks a little bit closer to 20. $22, 21 and a half. Right there at the thin spot. good. Yeah. 23, 22, 21. 21 and a half right there at the thin spot. That's about as close as we want to go on this thing. Alright, now all I gotta do is put it all back together. Yep, that's all I gotta do is put it all back together now. Alright. Give me a minute. Alright. I got it cleaned up. And put a little ultra-grade Permatex all the way around it. Rub the thin skim on there. I did check the ring gap to make sure it was good, and it looks. I didn't actually measure it. I looked at it and it looked tight, not too tight. If you do enough of them, you'll know. You'll know whether it's too tight or not. You put it in there and the tips is touching, it's too tight. You got 6 to 10 thousandths. That's pretty good. I'm just putting a little extra on this side since the sealing surface is kind of little on this thing. I don't mind if a little bit squishes in around there. Don't want to get a crazy amount up in there. Alright. Now, I'm probably not going to film all of this, putting it back together because, well, it just takes a little bit. That's why I filmed it, or didn't film taking it apart. Trying to save a little bit of video time so y'all don't have to watch so much. 'Cause I know y'all gonna like the next one better than anything probably. There we go. Trying to get a few things back in there before I get everything tightened down. This choke can be a royal pain in the butt if everything's bolted down. So there it is. Drop the cylinder in the hole. Put the bolts in the hole. One bolt. 2 bolt, 3 bolt, 4. Yeah, right now we got both ultrasonic cleaners running. Yep, that one just stopped. That Bever ultrasonic cleaner, I got a link in the description of that thing. Tell you what, it does a number on all kinds of stuff. Like if you got an old nasty gas tank off and say maybe a Lombard that you got for about nothing that was stuck and you got it freed up the day you were filming this video and you're trying to clean everything up so you can make a video of it running for everybody to see. There we go. Yeah. Yep. Look here. I'll show you. That's my new ultrasonic cleaner that Bever sent. So if you need one, I got a link in the description, usually down here under the video. You can go check it out. Ooh, there may be a gas tank in here. I may be gonna turn it around that way. Press play for another 30. This may or may not be the carburetor. I'm sure it's probably not. Y'all not gonna want to see that, so don't look for it, okay? Now, back to what we were doing over here. I got the throttle on, got the choke on. There's 2 little bolts in here. Two little bolts in here. There's one. There's the other one. Of course, I can't find a big socket. Don't go crazy tightening them up. Yep. Now he's already modded the muffler with a West Coast. He cut a hole inside the muffler and bolted this on there. We're going to put it back on there. Everything on this rascal is looking pretty good. I forgot to take that screw back out of there. Let me do that right quick. I run a screw in the front of these things because it goes into the oil tank. And if you don't put a screw in there, then when you turn it up on its end, it kind of like pukes oil everywhere. Now he's missing the screw out of the front of the muffler. Anybody that knows me knows I don't really like missing screws, so we're gonna get one of these. Might not be the exact screw it calls for, but it's the right head and the right thread, so I'm gonna put it in the hole. Thread and right head. So it's going in there. Now that's most of that back together. Oh. Spark plug looks good, looks new. The sparkle maker. spark, make it happen. That thing's kind of broke. I'm gonna have to fix on this in a minute. Alright, I figured I'll show you. For those of y'all that wonder, I know it looks like gobbledygook, but you know, it's back together, okay? See how this is cracked? See, it's gonna break plumb off. I'm not careful. Gonna get that back over there. I'll push it back as flat as I can get it. I'm just gonna go. I know y'all really probably can't see this, but I'm just moving plastic back and forth over the crack and then trying to smooth it out. And a little light, just a little light blow towards it with your mouth sometimes, keep the smoke out of your face. It's not, man, this is not, this ain't like, you know, the end-all, cure-all, fix-all, makes it look brand new and all that stuff. This ain't that. This is it's broke and I'm trying to fix it where it don't break no more. Get it to stay in place kind of thing is what this is. And getting it to stay in place where you can fix it sometimes is not the easiest thing to do, because it's almost like it's bigger than it's supposed to be. If I can get it where it's sort of back where it came from, and I'll just melt over it. Kind of make it look like, sometimes you just got to put it back together however you can get it back together, and then once you get it back together, then you can kind of take him and kind of smooth him up and get it kind of looking like, I mean, now if you really wanted to make it look like a new one, could you? Yeah, you probably could. A lot of it just depends on how creative you are. Like, I mean, you could really spend some time doing it, and then sand it when you're done, and kind of polish it. If that's what you're looking for, a repair that looks like it never happened. There are some people who are really good plastic welders. I do not claim to be a really good plastic welder. I just put the stuff back together and try to make the structure where it'll hold. Is it perfect? Not by any means. Is it there? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it's there. This holds the wires and stuff like that's the reason why I kind of want it back. Because without this, the wires can just kind of get wherever they want to be. And I don't like that. But I kind of pull some from one side and push from the other. And you'll wind up with some little divots and stuff like that. And if you're trying to make it look as perfect as possible, you may have to use some zip ties, or if you got something else that's the same type of plastic, you can cut strips of something else and use it as filler material And I have even taken staples and melted staples in. I'm getting that a little bit soft right there, so I'm using my finger to hold it in the shape it's supposed to be in. Because you get it too soft, it'll just bend. See, you can blow on it, cool it off, and that makes it a lot more rigid. And if you've got something that's got some pressure on it, you can do a little bit in one place, do a little bit in another place, cool it down. That way it helps hold it. Knock it down a little bit because it fits in there. So, and there is a chunk missing. There's nothing I can do about that piece that's missing other than if I took something and tried to fill it in and make it look like it was supposed to be there. We're not going to do all that. The main thing is it has some structure back to it. There's a little crack there. I'm not going to worry with that one because it's not in a bad place. Here and here is where they usually break the worst. That's what we got. Let me turn this off. Let's see if we can get this back on here. See how she fits now, if it lines up. Come on, get in there. Just to come around. Right. There's a hole right there. Look at that. Right back down on there where it's supposed to be. Looks good. I don't know where the Phillips screwdriver is for some reason. The one for the drill's outside where the chickens are at. Mama's been using it to get the chickens in and out. We got to work on our chicken pen more. Alright, we're already getting long on this video. Most of y'all know how to put saws back together from here. It's just put the stuff back on it. Alright, that didn't take me but about 15 minutes. Might not even took that long. Well, let's see what it'll do. Shall we? It's your crank. I ain't found it yet. Keeps going beside of it. Oh well. Oh, you can't see a thing. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. You got to hear it run. It needs to run a little bit and break in. That's a new piston ring. I'll see if I can turn the idle up just a hair. Hope y'all enjoy it. What I'm doing next is sitting behind y'all, so y'all can't see it. So maybe I'll. Oh, there's a shot. All right. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Be kind. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. God bless. Remember, Jesus loves you. I'll hop her out.